All right, so let's get to the first one, which is flat wash. So the whole purpose of the flat wash is to try to get a consistent solid color. We did this worksheet yesterday and there was a little bit of a variance here and there, which you don't want. Again, you want to just create a nice consistent color. As we discussed yesterday as well, watercolor goes on almost like stained glass, right? Translucent, but with a tint of color. So the more water you add to your watercolor, the lighter the wash will be. The more pigment you add and the less water you want to add to your wash, the darker the color will be, okay? So again, a flat wash is something that you would definitely start with for, you know, the background of your painting or the base layer of your painting, just to get kind of a solid color or tint to the background of whatever you plan to layer other details on top of. You don't have to work with blue. We could do a color wash with any color. I'm going to switch it up today. I'm going to do a wash using a red. All right, so I'm just going to squeeze some red onto my palette. And I want to dip my brush in some water and then bring it into my paint. Again, the more water you mix into the paint, the lighter the wash will be. The less water you mix into the paint, the darker the wash will be. All right, and now all we want to do is just to bring it across the surface and see how, work very quickly with it. If you're using a bigger brush, it's easier. If you're using a small brush, you want to just make sure that the brush is charged up with lots of wash. And as you're working, you're kind of quickly bringing the brush back to your palette to ensure it's always loaded with paint, okay? So again, I want to see if I could get a nice consistent wash throughout. So I'm just working really quickly. And moving paint across the paper. And as I'm doing that, it's absorbing into the paper and drying up. And I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, again, so with washes, if you want to practice doing washes so that you get used to it, the tape we're inevitably going to end up removing. So any mess that you get on the tape, don't worry about, right? Because we'll have a nice clean line when we remove our tape here. Okay, so don't worry about the mess that you're getting on the tape. The whole point is that your wash is nice and consistent right across. So if I wanted this red to be lighter, I would have mixed more white into my paint. If I wanted it to be a darker wash, I would have mixed less water into my paint. I've got kind of like a medium wash that's pulling on a red here. All right, so I'm gonna stop this video and then I'm gonna do another mini clip going over how to use that wash to create tonal values next.